Grisham here with Laura Grisham Designs. Today I want to share with you one of my favorite flower wreaths, my daffodil wreath. Now, this is now January 2025, and I've updated it from last year. I finally figured out how to make the center of the daffodil more like the buttercup that we're used to seeing. Both of the flowers that I'll show you have been shrunk down from a pattern similar to that of Laurie Franklin with Unique in the Creek. I had watched her video and she made one really big daffodil, and I wanted smaller ones with several on a wreath. So I designed one last year that had three big, fairly large daffodils on it on a triangle board. This year, I designed another one, only this time I put three large flowers and then two small flowers right here. Just kind of poke them in there to peek out. And then the center right here, this is new, and I'll show you how to do that. I wanted to do something a little different, so I used deco mesh, a really nice, soft, beautiful robin's egg blue color with a matte silver thread through it, and kind of did it out to the side. As you can see, I wanted it to be different this year, a little bit with a whimsy and more spring color. That blue, I really like it. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'll be right back with all of this and more. We'll see you in a minute. All right, let's begin with our materials that are needed for this project. You will need a Unique in the Creek triangle board, like this, to create the wreath that I just showed you. Now, if you wanted to do something a little smaller, this easily can be adapted to the rail board and will make a really cute bouquet. In fact, I may use that today in my demonstration. And you will need embroidery canvas. I suggest the ones with the larger holes. I think it's number 7 is the name of it. They look like this, the embroidery canvas. You can also find these discs of embroidery canvas. I got these on Amazon. The holes are a lot smaller, but if you want to use this, that's great too. You can cut them down if you need to. I have cut my squares for the large daffodils at 5 by 5. All right, and then for the little ones, I did 3 by 3. So you'll need a plastic canvas for each of your flowers. So if you do like what I did 3 large flowers and 2 small. So I had 5 different pieces of embroidery plastic. You're going to need yellow mesh and orange mesh for sure. This year I did some white daffodils, and I used a white poly burlap. I went through my stuff and found some scraps of some white horizontal wide stripe, and I've cut it down to these are 5 by 5 inch squares, and these are what we use for the smaller ones. I've got some yellow fabric mesh too for the small ones, and then I'm going to use white poly burlap and yellow fabric mesh because that's what I have in stock. Last year, and I believe I really do, I think the horizontal wide stripe is easier to work with. The fabric mesh is real stretchy, and so it doesn't hold its form as well, but I've got a little trick to show you how to keep those flowers kind of with a neat cupped up shape. Just a really minor little thing. So you're going to need the orange and white and yellow. For some of the centers, I'm going to be using a regular orange deco mesh. Just regular, cheap, I shouldn't say cheap, inexpensive deco mesh. You're going to need zip ties. You're going to need rubber bands. You're going to need your heating tool, your wood burner tool that looks like this. You're going to need that. If you do it like I do, I like to kind of burn stuff to kind of keep the fray down. You'll need ribbon for your bow, or you can do like I did and use deco mesh. You can use anything, fabric, whatever you want, or don't do a bow at all. You could also add silk leaves or flowers to your daffodils and make a bouquet. The silk leaves add some dimension that's interesting, so you might want to consider that. But today I'm just going to show you the basics on how to fold the petals and kind of how to place them on the board. All right, I'm going to bring the camera down now and show some of the folds to you, okay? I'll be back in just a minute and we'll get started. Okay, first we're going to work with our orange. I have already cut some pieces of the regular deco mesh into 10 by 10 inch squares. You're going to be working with squares with this, so remember that. So whatever the width of your mesh is, if it's 10 and a half, then you need 10 and a half by 10 and a half, okay? Now we're going to take this 10 by 10 inch piece of orange, and I've got my finished edges right and left and the curl side is up. I'm going to take this and I'm going to match up as best I can these sides. Now remember, I say this often, deco mesh, regular deco mesh does not like to play fair or play right, but we're going to make it, we're going to get it where we can work with it. I'm going to match up this side. There we go. You have to kind of mash and tug and stretch and pull, but you can get it. Now then, I am going to now go and turn this and kind of keep it as straight as I can along the line here. And I'm going to take my wood burning tool and I'm going to go right along the edges here. And I can see that the edges don't meet, like this is out a little, so I'm going to actually go over a little because it won't really matter. So I just want it to, I want these two pieces to melt together. Okay, so I'm just going to go right down like that. All right, and just to make sure, I go along the edge one more time to make sure that it got melted on there. Let's see. Okay, I think it worked. All right. Okay, so now we have this, which is a 10 by 5. It's 5 inches across this way because we folded it in half. Let's do one more. Match up your finished edges. That's what's important. Matching those up. Woo, this stuff is wiry. I like this color orange though. I'm not real sure if it's an off color or like a yellow orange or something. That's what it looks like. All right, now I'm gonna get my wood burning tool and I'm gonna go seal this down the side. Right, like that. And you might wanna go kind of slow. That gives it time to actually melt. I mean, it's melting, but it gives it a little bit of extra oomph, especially at the ends. Okay, let's see here. Here we go. Okay, get that out of the way. And now we have a 10 by 5 inch piece of mesh. Now what we're going to do with these orange pieces is we're actually going to roll them up. We're going to make the centers for the yellow flowers that have the little curls. Let me show you what to do. Take it and on one end just start rolling just like this. Okay, and you can keep it as loose or tight as you want. It's just up to you. And sometimes this will start sticking out. You can just tap it back in. Okay, and we get to here, and you can see, like I said, it just stretches and stuff. This deco mesh is not a fair player. All right, I'm gonna tuck that in. I'm gonna pull this a little tighter. And then I'm going to just fold this up in half like this. All right, so that I have this. You see that? Okay. And I'm just going to put a rubber band around this. And the rubber band, I usually, well, when I get these on the board, I will pop those rubber bands so that these things open up some and give a nice little effect. But you've got this now, all right? Looks like that. Notice it's not perfect, but I do have no phrase showing, and that's what I wanted. Let's do another. Let's just roll this up. Okay, and I want that seam, this part right here, in the middle. So of when I fold it up like this, I don't want it on the side because it would make it stick out and everything. All right, so fold that. Put a rubber band around it. Okay, I've got several of these. I'm going to keep going. And for each flower, you'll need, for the petals, you'll have 6 petals. In nature, daffodils have 6 petals. So you'll need, like for the yellow, you'll need 6 pieces of 10 by 10. Or if you're doing the little one, you'll need 6 pieces of 5 by 5. Ditto for the white. Just a matter of what you want to make. And I'll be honest, I want to be making a lot of these. I love daffodils. They're like my daisies, and daffodils are my favorite flowers. I like white daisies with the yellow centers, and I love daffodils. I planted a bunch of bulbs back when we moved into this house, over 25. It's 25 years ago this year. And some of them are kind of bloomed out now, and I need to plant some new bulbs. But I look forward to it in the spring when they start popping up. It's so pretty. And I just absolutely love daisies. They just, well, and buttercups, and they just look so clean and fresh, and I like that. So anyway, now you know a little bit about me. So this is one of my favorite wreaths, but I'll make some of the small ones, that's what I was going to say, to use in my floral bouquet wreaths that I do, where I make a lot of rosebuds and tulips, gladiolas, crocus, what else? I think that's all. And I will be doing tutorials on each of those different flowers and offering them here on Etsy. And also I'm planning on putting together a package with all of my flowers, my deco mesh flowers. And I try to do large ones and small ones. So anyway, I'll be doing those, getting that ready here soon. Okay, I need to pull this. There we go. Yeah. Okay, this is my last one. Okay. Now, I had someone give me a comment last year, and following through on that, I'm going to do my flower petals first and then put the orange on. So let's do a flower petal. Let's see if I can, well, I'll zoom in on it another time. All right, we've got this cross-side up. Here's my finished edges on the left and right. And again, fabric mesh is not the best for this because it won't hold its form as well, but it works great. The color is good, so that's important too. Well, we're going to take it and we're going to fold our raw edges together. And our finished edges, we're going to match them up on the sides. We're going to fold it into a rectangle. And just to help me hold it, I'm going to clip it. Okay. Now we're going to make, this is for the big flower. Whew. There we go. Now I'm going to take this right here and fold it over so that I have a square. All right, so I'm folded here, I've got a double fold right there, and I've got my finished edges up here, okay? So now I'm going to match these up. Okay, and make this square, and I'm going to turn it into a diamond in front of me, like this, okay? And I'm going to stretch this out this way. Pinch right here in the middle, about, let's see, about 2 inches up from right here to here is 2 inches. I'm going to pinch it in the middle and then pull the 2 sides in like that. And there is my petal. That is all there is to it. I'm going to get a rubber band. Most of the time with my wreaths, I use zip ties because rubber bands always pop on me. And it hurts. So that's what I usually do. What I also have been doing, and you don't have to do this, but you can take your wood burning tool and go along the edges right here and kind of burn those to melt that and keep it from fraying. Okay? Just like that. And see what a difference that made? Can you see? Here you go. All right. So we need 6 like this. So let me make those. Let's make another one together, and then we can fast forward. No, I'm going to fold it like this. It's sliding around on me. Okay, hold that there. Now I have my square, and I've got it in a diamond shape, and I'm going to stretch this, and I'm going to go up 1, 2 right here, pinch and pinch and pinch, and there's my petal. Just to make sure, I'm going to check it. Yep, they're the same size. And that's what I want to make sure, that I have petals that are the same size. Okay. All right, that's what it looks like when you fold for the big flower. Okay. You can see how it's not wanting to stay. But that's okay, because it is easy to manipulate. So these are for a big flower. And let me show you what it looks like when you do it with poly burlap. And that's what I was using for the white ones. Okay. I'm going to fold it the exact same way, only this time this stuff behaves a lot better. Okay. And then I'm going to go over here and match this up as best I can. Okay. There we go. Kind of mash that down, and then I'm going to fold it so that I have a square. My raw edges are on my right. All of it is right here, all that junk. My finished edges are on over here. I have a double up here and a fold right here. Now I have my square. I'm going to turn it into a diamond. I'm going to stretch it, and then I'm going to go up 1, 2 right here. Pinch, pinch, and pinch. And take a rubber band or a zip tie, and I'm going to get rid of that, and we're going to rubber band it. Okay, and with the poly burlap, I did take my wood burning tool and go along these edges right here, like this. Just like that. Whoop, just popped my rubber band with that heating tool. That's all right. It held its form. We're going to go right back in there and pinch it again. I'll just take a little zip tie this time and put on there just for fun. There you go. Okay. And this is what it looks like when it's with poly burlap. Okay. See, here's the difference. You see that? Quite a bit of difference as far as the shape goes. Now, what about folding the little ones? Okay, let me show you. I'm going to work with the horizontal wide stripe in white this time for demonstration purposes. You just take a square. Again, this is 5 by 5. Yeah, okay. I'm going to take my square. I'm going to keep, when I'm folding for one flower, I'm going to make sure that I keep my finished edge on the same side every time. So I just have it, keep it on my left. So I'm going to keep that on my left. I'm going to fold this in half. I'm going to fold it the exact same way. We're just doing it on a smaller scale. Turn it and fold it up. Okay, there we go. I have an opening there and my fold up here. I'm going to do the same thing I do with the big one and stretch it as best I can. And it doesn't stretch much. Horizontal wide stripe doesn't like to stretch. Get that. And then I'm just going to go up a little bit. Not even well, yeah, I guess about an inch. And pull this in. And I'm going to get a rubber band. If I can pick one up. There we go. And I'm going to rubber band this. I'm going to take my wood burning tool. I'm going to go right in here. Get those nice and neat on the ends. Okay, just like that. Whoop, there went my rubber band again. I guess you might want to burn the edges before you rubber band. I don't know. I don't mind. It's just worth doing taking a little time to put the wood burner along the edges there just to keep it from fraying as much. All right, and there's our little petal. Right, that's horizontal wide stripe. Let me show you in. Pardon me, I have got allergies going on like crazy. It's January the 7th, 2025, and I live in Arkansas, and we are scheduled to have a bunch of snow this weekend. So my daffodils won't be coming up anytime soon, but my allergies are just, something's going on, that's for sure. So if I sound a little hoarse, that's why. Okay, you saw me fold it in half to get this rectangle. I'm going to fold it up again. All right, I've got my open fold right there. See that? And my fold right here. I've got it into a diamond, and I'm stretching it. I'm going to go up an inch to right there. Ooh, these are little. Do I have, there's one. And we're going to band it. And I'm going to kind of try to keep this away from that rubber band. I'm gonna get those little loose things done. Don't want my little ones fraying. There's just not enough of it to show, you know. Sure don't want any frays. Okay, and there we go. And there's the yellow. So we have that. All right, so just in review, to do it one more time. Here, this is poly burlap right here. I like the horizontal wide stripe in the yellow, but I'm not crazy about the yellow poly burlap. I don't know why. This seems dull to me. So, but I do like it for my leaves, and I like the white. Okay, so I'm folding this in half, and now I have a 10 by 5 rectangle with my fold facing me and my finished edges left and right. Now I'm going to turn it so that it's a vertical rectangle. I'm going to fold it so that I have a square. I have my finished edges on the top, my open folds on the left, my fold facing me, and my raw edges on my right. I'm going to take this square, turn it into a diamond, and I'm going to stretch it like that. And I'm going to go up 2 inches. 1, 2. Go to the middle, pinch, and then pull in the other sides like that. All right. Then I'm going to take my rubber band or my zip tie and go right there. Okay. I'm going to take my wood burning tool, go right along these edges here. And I'm using the bar part right up here. You notice how white that is, because I need to clean it, y'all. That's what that is. But I am making sure, or trying to take care of those frays. There. Okay. And here's what it looks like. All right. Now then, I am going to make more petals. I'm going to make a bunch. And there's no sense in you watching me do that. If you need a refresher, just back this tape up and watch again. And I will be back in just a minute with all of the petals, and I can show you how to start putting your flower together, okay? Be right back. Go get a Coke or some water and maybe a cookie, depending on what time it is. Well, it's been a couple of hours. I've gotten a lot done, but I've realized that I hadn't shown you how to make the leaves, and I don't think I showed you how to do the new center. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to bring the camera down. Here we go. To my messy table. Here we go. All right. The leaves, most of the time on the with daffodils, you see really long, slender leaves. Like here's one, just this really inexpensive little silk one. But you see this long leaf like this? So I was trying to, I've been doing these, okay? They're nothing but like angel wings, and I just kind of uneven them, and I make sure that my finished edge is on both of these is facing up. This is poly burlap. This is regular deco mesh, and look at what the difference and the way that the mesh behaves and everything. But I like that. I like that difference in texture and color and the way that it moves. Here's another set. Look at this one. It's curling. And you can see where I took my wood burner and went along the edges there just to kind of help with the fray. Here's another set in poly burlap. And then I also do, I think it's called a Gerber petal. I use it a lot. And here's the one side, and then sometimes I use the side with the seam. So I'm going to show you how to do both of these folds for your leaves. And one of the reasons why I like this one is because you don't see any frays. I went ahead and burned right down in here. I just put my wood burner down in there and just kind of, touched it lightly. But this is how you do the Gerber petal. We're going to take our mesh, and this is a 10 by 10 inch piece, and it is poly burlap, and I've got my raw edges, one facing me and one away. I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it. Wait, no, that's not right. I'm going to turn it into a diamond shape and go ahead and pull this down like this. All right. There we go. All right. And then I'm going to stretch it, and I'm going to stretch it this way. All right. And I'm going to take this end and I'm going to bring it down, and I'm going to stretch it because I want like a pointed end. All right. So it looks like this right now. Okay. Then I'm going to come over on this end and I'm going to pull this down. Sometimes I'll do it like, and leave like an opening thing there, but this time I'm coming on down. I want this to be a point, so you can stretch it and play with it, and that's what it looks like. And poly burlap will form perfect little shapes and everything. It's wonderful. I guess that's why it's more expensive, because it's just a higher quality. But anyway, that's how you do the Gerber petal. And like I said, I use this petal a lot because of the fact that it doesn't show frays. I really like it. I use it in my snowflakes too. So anyway, there it is with the fold facing up, and there it is. And you can use it either way. It doesn't really matter. I've got to trim that. Now, to fold it like this, let's see. I don't have another piece of green. Let's try it with this. I don't know how this is going to work because it's not a square. But let's see what we can do with this. We could go like this. And, oh, I know what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to just go right here. I folded this over. This is 5 by 10 piece, okay? I'm going to fold this over here like that, and then I'm going to take this and fold it. I'm going to kind of come down on an angle, and I'm going to come off the edge here, okay? Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it again. Actually, I'm going to roll it. Let's see what this does. Well, that came undone. That didn't work like I wanted it to. Okay, maybe if I rolled it this way. Let's turn it over and roll it this way and see what happens. Oh, that's interesting. Kind of like that. This end is all fraying though. So I'm not sure if I can use this, but I could fold it in half like that, and I'd have two long pieces. But that's with a 5 by 10 inch piece of mesh. I'm going to get another piece of mesh, find some and cut it real quick, and then I'll be back because I want you to see how to do these leaves. Okay, I have cut burned a couple of pieces of poly burlap, and I wanted to show you how to make these like angel wing leaves like this. All you do is you get your mesh with your finished edges on the left and right, and make a triangle with it. And what I want you to do is match up down here. This is what's important because this is what shows. So I'm going to clip that to hold it in place. I do this when I make my feathers for my angel wings too. I'm real picky about those, and I've gotten to be really picky about my leaves too. All right, now then, I'm going to stretch this. Look at that, okay? And notice this is not even anymore, but these two things still are. I'm going to go right here to the center and gather it up. Now, I'm going to put my fingers there. I'm going to take this and I'm going to flip this over. All right. And there's my finished edge right there on the top. And that's where I want it to be. And I like them uneven like this. So I'm going to gather this right here. Like that into a little nub. You can take your clips off. And I'm going to put a rubber band there. Okay, and they look like this, and you can spread them out if you want to and do all kinds of stuff. I'm also going to take my wood burner and I'm going to go along the edges on the back side, the side that's not finished. I'm just going to lightly melt that, just to help with the frays. I don't like the frays. And I don't think my customers like them either. So I try to do stuff. Sometimes I'll Mod Podge. That takes a while. Everything takes a while, but it's worth it. Okay, so that's how you do those. Let's do some of those in a regular deco mesh. This one has a metallic thread through it, but that's okay. It's also shedding tremendously. Let's get that off. Okay. I've got my finished edges right here, like on my left and right. And so now actually, here we go. Yeah, like that. And I'm going to fold this. Now remember, this is deco mesh, so it's going to behave differently than burlap does. Over here. Whew. This mesh, I don't know if I'll be able to use this leaf. We'll see, I guess. All right. And we're going to stretch this. Look how it's not even up here. Can you see that? It's hard to see because of this dark green against this black, but I'm going to keep stretching that. And I'm going to go up the middle, just like this. Flip this over. And this time, my finished seam is on the bottom. So I've got to take this whole thing, and flip it over. This time my leaves are going in a different direction. Okay. I'm going to put a rubber band. I'm going to take these clips off. They're so heavy. They're weighing it down. Okay. I don't know. This might be a nice contrast in there, but there. See how different that is? That they look totally different. I see some really major frays going on right there. I don't want that. So get those taken care of. Look how that just curls up like that. Kind of like when you burn your hair with a curling iron. Oh. Okay. Get rid of that too. All right. There we go. And then we've got some metallic threads over here I want to curl up. There we go. And the other thing, if you've got pieces of mesh that have metallic threads in them and you get them that they're poking out, you can take your wood burner and just touch it and they just shrivel up. It's kind of fun. I do it a lot when I'm doing my snowflakes because I use a lot of metallic threads in my mesh. So anyway, okay, so that's leaves. Now we learned how to do these centers like this, rolling them. We're going to put them together in just a minute. Now you need to count your flowers. If you have 3 big flowers and 2 little ones, it doesn't matter. They all have stems, so you have to put your stems in. So how do you roll to get the stems? All right, I just got my camera fixed, and now I've got to bring it back down. So let's go back down, and I'll show you how to do the stems. You'll take a 10 by 10 piece. Yes. Okay. And you are going to, this end right here is really not good for the little pointy V that I like. So I'm going to just kind of fix that just a tad. All right. I'm going to take this and I'm going to stretch it. Be careful with this particular poly burlap. I believe came from Hobby Lobby, and it's real plastic feeling, and it will shed and stuff, just threads everywhere. I am going now, and can you see this? I'm rolling this, and I'm rolling it really tight. And as I'm rolling, I'm taking my pinky and this finger over pinky and my ring finger, and I'm stretching and pulling. Okay. And just keep rolling and stretching and rolling and stretching. Okay. And we get to here. Stretch it a little bit more. Okay. And now I am going to I'm going to take a clip to kind of help hold this in place so it doesn't go flying apart. All right, here's my fold right here. Here's the extra. I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to add some hot glue. Just a little, but to help hold this in place. Okay. Just like that. See, it doesn't take very much. All right, now I'm gonna put some more right in here. Okay, and I'm actually gonna come right down in here too. I don't want this going anywhere. Okay, just like that. Got that little piece of orange right there. I'm gonna undo this, and that is just really messy. I think I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna trim this up because I do not like the way that looks. So I'm just gonna trim that just like that. There. Now, I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to put some glue right in here. And if you'll stretch this again, it'll start to glue to itself like this. Okay. Floral wreaths, where you're making deco mesh flowers and stuff, they are so pretty, but they are very labor intense. That's why my bouquets and my snowflake wreaths are the most expensive ones in my Etsy store, because I've been working on this all day and I haven't even put it together yet. So they're a labor of love. I absolutely adore making flowers though. I mean, that's just my favorite. My snowflakes and my flowers are my favorite ones to do. I guess I like the labor intense ones. The easiest flower that I do is a magnolia. That one is easy, and a rose is pretty easy. But when you're doing flowers that have petals and stuff, it can get kind of intense. All right, now then, I'll put some glue right there so that will stay. And I'm going to pull on it and kind of play with it a little bit. Okay. All right. Now we have this. And right here in the middle is we're gonna bend it like this. And we want those points. See, I've got them facing up. This is the back side, and you don't want that to show. So you can make them uneven if you want to, because your stems on a flower, when you've got several of them, they're not even. So you can do it like this. Wait a second. There you go, like that, where they're uneven. But you'll do one piece at 10 by 10 rolled like this. If you stretch it, when you bend it, you get 2 stems. So if you've got 6 flowers, you only have to do 3 of these. All right, so that's how you do your stems. And then when we put them on, sometimes when I put them on the board, I just put a zip tie in between right here instead of making a nub. Sometimes I make a nub, but most of the time I just do it like that. Okay. Now the center for those little the little ones that look like buttercups. All right. We're going to take a piece of mesh and we're going to fold it like this. This is 5 by 10. All right. Now I'm going to take this. Let's see. I'm trying to remember how I did it. I'm gonna do it like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna pull this down like this, like I'm doing a Gerber petal. And I'm just gonna start to roll this like a rose. Bring this down. All right, and you've got this little cup-like thing, almost like a rose, all right? Hold it, clip it or something, and get another piece. And we're gonna, this time, I think I'm gonna try it this way. I'm gonna, let's see, yeah, we're gonna roll it like this. We won't be using all, no, that's not gonna work. Let's see. How did I do this? Okay. We're gonna fold it again. All right. There we go. And we're gonna take this little bud, and we want it to come like this. So we're gonna pull this down and this down like this. And then we're gonna gather it right around so that it looks like a little rosebud. But when we put it on the board, we're gonna be pulling this thing down some. All right. So for these, I usually use a zip tie, because see, that's a lot of mesh there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a zip tie right here. Besides the fact that I don't want it sticking up 3 inches above my flower. So a lot of this is gonna be cut off. Okay, you might need a little tool. These are jewelry tools that I had when I was making jewelry. I've done a little bit of everything. Cut that, and then I'll trim this in just a minute. But what we'll do is, see this part right here, we'll pull it down on when we get it on the board, and we'll do the same thing with this, and it'll make like a little cup like that. Okay, let's make another one. I think we have to have a couple anyway. So let's cut this string and get this out of the way. Fold it, then we fold it into a triangle, and then we just kind of pull this down and pull this one down, and then just kind of gather it right there like that. All right, let's do another one. Pull it down. We've got a square now. We went from a 5 by 10 rectangle to now a double 5-inch square. Then we're going to take this corner and pull it down so that we have a triangle. And we're going to take this, and we're going to take this open end right here, face down, and we're going to pull this around like that, and then gather it up. And again, you're going to have some waste, and that's just a lot. Actually, a lot of petals you have waste, but this one you don't have to have very many of these, so you know you're all right. Okay. Whoop. Now I haven't made. Yeah, I did. I made a big one for the white, for a white one. And then I'm just gonna pull and tug. That's the beauty of poly burlap, you can pull and tug. And I think with the big one, I did like 3 layers, okay? So I'm gonna have to cut some orange mesh to make the bigger one, but that's okay. I'll do that. And I think I may have to make a few more leaves. I don't know, because I want to have everything kind of together when I start showing you how to put it together. Again, a lot of prep work here, but I'll be back in just a minute. All right, it's time to start putting these things together. I've already gone ahead just playing with it because I wanted to make sure I could still do the center part of the small one, this little small one with the little cup center. I'm going to show you how to do all that, okay? Let me bring you down, and we're going to start putting flowers together, and then we'll put them on our board, okay? Let's come on down to my messy table. There we go. Okay. Here is what I've done. I've put 6 petals. I told you the daffodils have 6 petals, and I start in a corner. Like I'll start here's a corner right here, and I'll put a petal on. I'll find the center of my mesh, and I'll put one on, and then I'll go opposite it to the other corner over here, and you'll notice here's this one, here's this one. They're a little off center. They're not all the way to the center. You have to have room for all these little tails, but I'll go opposite each other, okay? And that's how I put my petals on. Now for the center part, it looks like a little rose, sort of. But this part right here, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to take this and we're going to plop it right here in the middle. And we're going to take this outer part right here, and we're actually going to bring it down. And this is why I like to use poly burlap for this, because it's real pliable. Okay? We're going to pull it down. I'm going to get some zip ties. And I am going to zip tie this down. Now my zip ties are going to kind of show a little bit, but not bad. So it's okay, or at least it's okay for me anyway. I'm going to go around to the back here and come back up. Whoops. Okay. Let's see here. There it is. All right. I'm right here. Let's see. Like right there. I've gone in the orange mesh and up. And I'm going to go ahead and zip tie that into place. Okay, I'm going to go to the other side right here, and I'm going to kind of tug it and get this to where it's standing up kind of straight. Okay, and I'm going to get another zip tie. And I'm going to go right down into that canvas again. I'm going to go right down into that canvas again. Right here. And up. This part can get frustrating because you're going through canvas and you're going through mesh, and it can be a little bit, well, especially when you can't find your your zip tie is going through, but you can't figure where it is, and I don't know where it is. Okay, we're gonna come over here. And we're going to go, let's see. It's got to go right there. Right there. Right there. Okay. There we go. I got it. It's coming up right there. Okay. That's a little bit more space than I wanted, but that's all right. We'll just zip tie this down. And now it's standing up. And we can kind of play with those to hide them. The zip ties, what I'm talking about. Okay, we'll cut these tails. Now, I'm going to go to this next layer, and this one's kind of coming undone a little bit. And I'm going to pull it down like this. Okay. Yep, it's coming undone. Oh, poo. Okay. I guess I can just pull it down right like that. Yeah, I'll just do that, and that'll hold. I'll get a zip tie right there. I'll just go right in here. You just kind of have to improvise and fix things as you go. Come back up. Whoops, no, right there, it's good. Okay, go right there, and we'll zip tie this closed. There we go. There, that worked. And when you put your flowers on the board, you can angle them where you can't see things that you don't want to be seen. All right, I'm gonna pull this down. See, I'm just pulling, and there we go, like that. Just like that. Pull this down over here. It's down over here. Right, like that. And I think I'm gonna put a zip tie right in here to hold this side in place. I know I am. I'm gonna go right here. I know this part is boring, but you gotta know where your stuff is going. Okay. All right. Come on. It doesn't want to go through the mesh. These zip ties that I'm using are not, they're 6-inch zip ties, and they're not real thick, so they're not heavy to go through, to force themselves through that mesh and stuff. Oh, if I can just get it to, there we go. All right, now, okay. Now we're gonna go up. We're going to try to go up right there. This is why you want to use the bigger number canvas, because the holes, it's hard enough with the bigger holes. If the holes are small, it's really a pain. Okay, I'm gonna come up right there. Come on now. Okay. And if I was smart, I'd get my tool and use it. There we go. Zip tie this down. Okay. All right. Okay, and now I'm gonna spread this down like this. Okay, like that. And when I get it like I want, I'm gonna use hot glue to help hold this in place. And I'm just gonna put some right there and just hold this down. And see how it's cupped? See? Like that. And just hold it there for, you know, whatever. Okay. I'm going to come over here to this side. I'm going to start tugging some of this. And pulling and tugging. And I'm going to pull this down. I want this down here. Like this. Right in there. And I do get glue all over me. I don't know about you guys, but I do. And this is how I did it. All right? And it looks like that. All right? Not exactly perfect like I want it, but I can keep working with it a little bit more. let some of this glue dry and just keep mashing it and playing with it. Okay, and that is one. All right, now I'm going to show you how to put the petals on the frame. I know I just told you how, but we're going to do it. I'm going to take a 5 by 5 inch frame. I'm going to take my fabric mesh pieces that I had cut and put into petals. And I'm going to take some zip ties, and I'm going to try to get some of this glue off my fingers so that my fingers will work correctly. Okay, that's good enough. I'm going to take a petal, and you want to try to have them go in the same direction. Like, see, here's the open end and here's the folded end. I'm going to take the open end, and this time I'm going to have it on this side, okay? Here's a corner, and the middle is about right here, so I'm going to put it right like that, right there. Just take my zip tie, go in, and if you want to, you can go through the mesh, and that will absolutely keep it from moving. And I sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. It's just a matter of where the zip tie comes up. Okay, I'm gonna zip tie this. Okay, that one's on there. And this is fabric mesh, and you can see the difference. See the difference in the petal? Okay, fabric mesh it's kind of hard to work with for this particular project anyway. All right, I'm going to take another one. Now the open side is right here, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to put this, just this helps me, and go across from it. I'm going to put it right there, across from this one. And there's the corner. All right. So I'm going to go right here and back up and get that in place. There we go. And then I'm going to get another one. Here's my open. Okay, let's see. Open. We're going to go to the other. We're going to go to the other corner, but not exactly in the corner. You're going to have to angle it here because one's got to go here. All right. So this is a not a finished side. This is a finished side. So I'm going to put that one on top of this one. Or let it overlap, I guess I should say. I'm going to put this one right here. There we go. I'm going to take another one. Get my open side, and we're going to go right, let's see, here. Gonna go right there. Okay, take another one. There's the open side, It's going to go right here in between these two, in between them. And this is an unfinished side, and this is finished, so I'm going to tuck it under like that. All right. And I'm going to finagle it to get it to look right. That's good. All right. Put a zip tie in there so it'll stay. Okay, up. And then we're going to take our last little petal. Goodness gracious. And we're going to go right here, finished side on top of that, and underneath this one. I'm tugging and pulling, trying to get these things to look right. Okay, that's good. I'm going to go in and down and up. Okay, there it is. All right. Okay, now we have our petals on. I'm going to use my zip tie gun. Now, on the yellow one, I'm doing the little rolled petals for the center. These little things. All right, and the way you put these on is you take a zip tie and you go, you see where the rubber band is? Can you see it right there? And see that little hole, that space in between? I'm going to put a zip tie in there. And sometimes sometimes you'll go right through, and sometimes you'll kind of end up going through some of the mesh, and that's okay too. So I've got it like that, all right? Now, I'm gonna, you twist it so that see how the flat part is facing up? So that when I put it in, it'll go like this, it'll stand up. So I'm gonna go over here, and I'm just gonna find a spot and put it on there, so that it covers up some of the yellow tails. So let's see. Where are you? There it is. Right there in my face. Okay. Now, I'm going to take it, and we're going to zip tie this on. And as we do, we're going to fix it so that it stands straight up. And you just keep pulling that zip tie and kind of tugging on it, and it will stand straight up, just like that. Okay, let's get another one. Okay. And we'll go through that middle again. Right like that, just like that. All right. Then I'm going to go over here, and I think I'll put one right here. Cover up this zip tie. If I can get that down in there. There we go. I think. There it is. Oh, my little dachshund is crying for her mama. Oh, me. Okay. There it is. I'm going to pull it up. And I'm going to go through that. I'm going to get right through there. And as I pull that zip tie, I'm going to stand this little orange thingy up. Just like that. Okay. All right. Cut the zip tie. And let's get another one. And you just keep doing this through that center. Right there. And you see that wax on or the hot glue on my finger. Okay. I'm going to go over some, like right in here, because there's, I can see a lot there. So I'm going to cover that up. Let's see. Here we go. And you can kind of turn them and do all kinds of stuff to get them to be where you want them. And we just keep adding them. That's why I said you don't really know. I never know how many I'm going to use on a given flower. It just kind of depends. You start putting them on, and you just keep putting them on until you have the space covered like you want. Let's see, this needs to be turned around. My zip tie was going in the wrong direction. That's another thing you have to watch out for. Okay. Come on. There we go. And we're going to pull this up. There we go. Okay. Getting close to having this one done. And yes, I do use a lot of zip ties. All right, I'm going to go through here. Uh-oh, this one doesn't want to go. There we go. And we got to go right in here. I think I'm going to go right there. If I can go in that hole. Let's see. Okay. And then we can pull it up. Let's see, where am I? Oh, there it is. All right. This one's going to go right like that. Okay. And I think maybe just one more. We'll see. Let's get this one. We're going to go through. And we're going to go right here. I don't know, we might have to add one more after this one, I think. It looks like. There we go. And there's a little trick I'm going to show you in just a minute. Yeah, we're going to put one more set in here. Okay. One more. One more for the road. Okay. And I'm going to go right in here. And this little mess right here. Can you see that? Right here? See how there's a gap right there? I'm going to fill that up. Okay. I know this is probably hard to see. Going right back up. And I think 8-inch zip ties are about the smallest that you could use on this because you need the length. Okay, and that's in there good. All right, now we are going to, first we're going to go around with these little nippers. And all those little rubber bands holding those little orange things, we're going to pop them. We're just going to undo them. All of them. And it causes these to spread out. But We're going to fix that too. Okay. Now then, we got to get all those little plastic rubber bands out of there. All right. Now, I'm going to take another rubber band, and I'm going to go ahead and use, actually, I think I'm going to take 2 of these little bitty clear ones that you can get like at the Dollar Tree. This little clear ones. And I'm going to gather this up and put a rubber band around this. The whole thing. All right. And that will hold it together, but still let it spread out like that. See? And it covers up all that stuff. But what about this flower? It's awful flat. Well, we're going to do the same thing. Get a couple of rubber bands, because they pop so easy. That's why I usually use more than one. And I'm going to do the same thing around this whole flower. I'm going to go all the way around this whole flower, I hope. Sometimes I can only go through around part of it, and I have to do it in sections. Okay. We're just going to keep pulling and tugging, and hopefully these rubber bands won't pop in my face. Okay. Just like that. And it's right here. That rubber band is. Right there. This one is not. We've got to get it. You might have to get your petal situated, and then just let it go. And because this is fabric mesh, it's sticking to the orange deco mesh. So you have to kind of watch for that. But now my flower is kind of standing up a little bit. The petals aren't just flat out anymore. Oh, goodness. Okay. There we go. Just like that. I don't know if I like that petal like that. I may have to do this. No, it's not any better. Okay. There we go. Now we have 2 big daffodils. And we've done 1 small one. And I'll show you. You do the small ones the exact same way on your small canvas. Just start with a corner, just like before, and put it on there, okay, and do it like that, okay. Now we're gonna move on, because it's a long process. This particular wreath is. So let's go ahead and let me show you how you put them on the board. Now, I used a triangle board in that one before, and I started at the top. I started at the top, and I put a daffodil on, and then I just kind of went like this and started placing things, and that's all there is to it. Once you get your flowers where you want them, then you can start adding your leaves in like this, and your stems, just bend them, and you'll put them down here sticking out like this. All right, just like that. I'm gonna go ahead, I think, and see if I can use a different board besides the triangle board this time. And I will be back, and we'll see how this thing goes. Well, I finished it. I decided to go ahead and put it on a round board just to see if I could do it. And this is how it turned out. Okay. I've put a zip tie in to hang with, because I couldn't put a wreath mate on there because of just the way it was put together. I'm happy with it. I like the way that it turned out. I don't even know if I'm going to put a bow on it. I haven't decided yet. But all I did was start putting my flowers. I just laid them down on the board. And I started with the yellow one and mounted it. Then the white one. And then I just started placing stuff. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot of zip ties back there. And they were, I have to admit, they were pretty hard to get in, but it all worked. But as you can see with the daffodils, you can do it on any kind of a board, a rail board. I'm going to do some more. I'm going to make a bunch of these little ones to go in my bouquet wreaths that I offer on Etsy. So anyway, I know this was a hard one, but look, it's worth it. Isn't it beautiful? And it just screams spring. I love daffodils. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it's been informative and that you've learned something. And if you have any questions at all, please call me or just message me, and through Etsy, and I will get back with you and we will work through whatever issue you're having. And anyway, I hope you had a wonderful time. I did. And I hope to see you again soon here at Large Designs. Bye-bye.